Hello. Sliding barn doors are getting very popular these days, and I just got one. In fact, I got this one right here, and they're not terribly expensive at all. In fact, they're very reasonable, and I thought I'd give you a review of it. It comes with everything you need, and it's made for a 6-foot wide opening. And first real decision you have to make is, how are you going to mount it? Well, if you look at these bars, and they are sturdy. This is one sturdy piece of equipment. They have these holes, and these holes are drilled every 16 inches to correspond to the studs in your house. But since studs are not always put where they're supposed to be, or they're not in a convenient place, then the solution is to use a header board. And you can use a 1x4 or 1x6. Now this is a 1x4 piece of oak, very strong. I would recommend 1x6 because that gives you a little more wiggle room here to move your rails up or down a bit to accommodate the space you need for the floor clearance. And what you do is you would put this right up above your door, as you can see. And since this rail is 78 inches long, you need to have a board that's a little bigger. I recommend a 7-foot or 84 inches header board, and you mount it up here high enough so that it clears or covers your door and clears by about 3/8 of an inch on the floor. And you can put this up here by pre-drilling little holes and find your studs, and then you just use those long screws with an impact hammer and just run them right into the studs, and that is really secure. And then to this, and imagine this is sitting up there on the wall. So to this, you would mount these rails. And to do that, you would take a spacer like this, and I'm going to turn this way just because it's easier to see. And you lay out where you want it, and you put these spacers right there where you're going to mount it. And then you use these lag bolts, which are supplied. You mark the header board, and then you pre-drill it using just one size smaller than these lag bolts, because you don't want them to be sloppy in there, but you do want to make them so they will go in. And I would also suggest taking these bolts and rubbing them in soap, because that lubricates them enough to go in easily. So end up getting something like this. And when it's all together, as I say, it's 78 inches, and you've got 2 of these, and there's little keys here so you know which end goes where, and this connects onto this one, and it mounts exactly the same way. So when you get done, you've got something that looks like this, just a little space left over on this side, and on the ends, you would put these. These are the door stops, and they just slide right onto the end of the rail like that with little set screws. And they've got little rubber blocks right there, so when you slide your door, it will come to a stop. Also, on the floor, you mount this little floor guide. And once you get it hanging straight, you just mount this so the door will just rub up against that and keep from swinging. So let's just pretend that this is the door, and you would take one of these and mount it like this, and the other one over here like this. Then you would just lift the door up and put it on, and that's all there is to it. And then it would ride along the rail just like this for you. The whole job shouldn't take you more than about 45 minutes, and this is really secure and very heavy. It's not flimsy, and it will not fall apart. It'll last you a good many years. Thank you for watching.